I'm gonna keep it so real with you guys. It is Monday Mile Day, and your boy does not want to do it. I don't know if it's because of the food I ate over the weekend. I don't know if it's because of the sleep I had last night. It might even be just because it's a little cold outside. But your boy does not want to go do this mile. I'm gonna do it. I'm modifying it a little bit. I'm not going to the park. I'm just gonna run around the neighborhood just because I'm already half an hour behind when I was supposed to go do this because I like to run during Hatcher's nap time. But we don't quit on things. We said we're gonna do it, and it's important. And in today's video, we're gonna talk about that. But I'm gonna take my ass outside. I'm gonna go hit this mile, and then we'll come back and talk about it. All right, y'all, we out here. I'm throwing the shoes on, sunglasses, hat. I'm gonna throw my headphones on. Actually, I might run without my hat so I can wear my headphones and my sunglasses because it's a little bright. And honestly, it's not as cold as I thought it was gonna be. It was colder this morning than it is now. Another random small issue, I don't know where the base plate is for my full tripod, so I got you guys in the mini tripod. But that's a problem for post-run Mack, I guess. But let's throw these shoes on and get this run in. We got it. I can do this. We got it. Also, make sure you have a good significant other, y'all, because I literally just texted Lisa. I was like, I don't want to do this. I'm not going to the park. I'm going to run the neighborhood. And she had nothing but encouraging words. And one thing I will say, and I tell this to my clients all the time, is that, like, it be your own people who sabotage your success. And it's not on purpose. It's because they love you. And a lot of times, to reach your goals or be consistent or just do things that you don't want to do, they want you to be comfortable. So they're going to say, hey, yeah, skip the run. You ain't got to do it. You know, have the meal, take the day off, yada, yada, yada. But that's not actually helpful. Is it loving? Yes. Helpful? Not at all. So luckily, Louise is a coach as well. She knows. She's a problem solver. She's like, hey, all right, you're saying that you're struggling? Cool. Struggle and go get it done. Because that's what matters. That's what's supposed to happen. Honestly, my hat is more important than my sunglasses are. I'm just going to squint while I run. Oh, well. And I need my music or my podcast. I need something to zone out while I do this. And I haven't mapped our neighborhood yet. I know that going through one of these ways is going to give me a mile, but I haven't actually mapped it out. So I'm just going to run and see what happens, honestly. I see people running around here all the time, so I know they're probably getting in some good times or getting in something well, but I don't know. Also, one of these times, I'm going to upgrade and get some like better or at least up-to-date running shoes because I've been running in like the Pegasus 3s, and these things are years old, but also I'm not a runner, so like I'm one of those people where I got to consistently do something before I start investing in it. I feel like that's smart, just to make sure it sticks. You're not just blowing money on things that feel like a vibe. And yeah, so if I keep this up, I'll upgrade to something because know that, whoa, oh yeah, we always have these eagles. Oh, can I capture it? Look at this. We have these eagles that fly around. And the other day we were going somewhere and we saw one that caught a bunny. But this fool's wingspan is huge. Obviously don't look that big on camera, but like, my man hovering, he caught the breeze. He looking for somebody's little dog or a squirrel or a rabbit or something. Yeah, but yeah, we got these eagles. They're crazy when we see them fly over. So I'm like, what is that shadow? It's a bird, it's a plane. It's a bird. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a bird. But yeah, if I keep running, then I'll invest in some new shoes. But my Pegasus, I like them. They're responsive. They have enough impact protection. Again, I'm only doing a mile, so I don't need nothing crazy right now. All right, let me see. Let me get my Runner app open. The cool thing about this Runner app, I've been using it last few runs and stuff like that. Shout out to Sydney and Andrew for telling me to hop on it. It'll map it for me, so I can just be running and it'll tell me like, oh, when you hit a mile, and I can stop. Obviously, I don't want to stop till I'm back home, but you know what I'm saying. Run an app, accept the terms, start a new plan, continue plan. I don't want nothing different. Record a workout, outdoor run. Yeah, we're gonna aim for a mile. Do I need to warm up a little bit? Yeah, I do need to warm up a little bit. Waking up the adductors and abductors, some leg swings. My workout playlist is called Stronger, Better, Faster. Again, nothing amazing, but you know, slowly but surely I add to it. Warm up the adductors, abductors, glutes a little bit, a few swings on that side, opposite side, a few swings as well. I'll pop around a little bit, wake up the calves, get some high knees, get my hip flexors going. Also, for those of you guys who are tuning in, I really appreciate you. And I keep telling you guys, I'm learning. I'm trying to figure out what my flow is gonna be for these videos. I'm gonna be real with you. I do fight making fitness content. And I say that because I do fitness all day long, but it's also what I'm good at. But I'm trying to build up an audience of not fitness. So if I put them in fitness, it just keeps a fitness audience. So I try to do my leadership and my Toastmasters and my family stuff. I already get paid in fitness. I'm trying to get acknowledged for other things. But, you gotta leverage your strengths. And my strength is fitness. I've owned the business we just celebrated 9 years this past weekend. I've been in the game for over 10. I've been able to take care of my own body and other people's bodies. I got transformations to prove it. All right, because I've been awake, I'm pretty warm. I'll be all right. Let's make sure my first little bit, I pace myself before I go crazy. All right, y'all. We're gonna close up. Let's get some light. That didn't help, maybe a little bit. We'll close this garage, we're gonna hit this mile, and I will see you guys when I get back. I'm probably gonna go up here and around, back down here, back up. That'll be the route. Ooh-wee. All right, we are back. I started this out saying I didn't want to do that run. I still didn't want to do that run, but we're here now, and we finished it. And I'm proud of myself for that because I'm keeping the consistency as I'm dying. You know what I think got me out here? My Dad Gang running hat. Use the link in the description to get yourself 15% off. No, but for real, that was a good run. Legs feel fine. I'm tired, so I'm gonna set this camera down and then I'll talk to you guys. All right, so we have the saying that in like the fitness world, maybe you've heard it before, maybe not. The only workout you regret is the one you didn't do. I believe that is 70% true because the exception to that rule is the workout that hurts you. That's the workout that you regret. Yeah, the only workout you regret is the one that you didn't do. Asterisk, or the one that you get hurt. If you get hurt, it might have been your own fault, but we're not gonna go into that detail. I've already made this longer than it needs to be. So I started out this Monday mile because I was prepping for the Tough Mudder, as well as I'm actually, maybe not anymore, but the first year and a half, Hatcher's only 19. Hatcher's 19, going on 20 months, so almost 2. Parents, you'll understand the months thing. I didn't understand it until I was a parent, but here we are. During Luisa's pregnancy and Hatcher's first year and a half, I gained about 15, 20 pounds. I, for the first time, was like solidly in double-digit body fat percentage and was sitting, like, I've never really been above 200. I've always been pretty lean because I've been super active, ran track, played football. Oh, the G80. Music to my ears. I hope you guys got that. That's also one of the goals. One of the things I'm working towards, where I'm trying to get just better at my business and focusing and opening up new opportunities, is I'm a car guy, as you guys see in other vlogs, and I'm gonna get me a couple more BMWs. Don't tell Louisa. Anyways, yeah. So I'd hit a peak or a new low where I was the heaviest and most out of shape as I've ever been, because I put all of my energy towards taking care of Louisa, taking care of Hatcher, and taking care of the business. And because of that, I just gained a bunch of weight. Luckily, I will say my nutrition has always been fairly on point, and the weight that I gained was not just body fat. I also put on a bunch of muscle, so I've probably been like the buffest I've ever been. I think I hit like 208, 205, something like that. But normally I sit at about 185, 190, more around like the 185. So the fact that I gained that 20 pounds was crazy to me. So having done all that, it created a whole new level of empathy for the parents out there. I've always had respect for parents, and knowing that, you got jobs and kids and stuff like that, it's harder to do. But also my business model is you can get a good workout in 45 minutes. Like, there are still a lot of ways you can get this done. Living proof now, I have a child, I have a wife, family, business, all that, and I'm still getting it done. But, once you're wearing the shoes, it opens up your eyes a lot. Back to the point I was trying to make. Don't mind the post-run ADHD. I'm outside, so I'm seeing cars and things happening. I'm trying to gather my thoughts for you guys. Here I am, trying to get my life together. And hence why, although I'm past the Tough Mudder, I'm still running, because the Monday Mile is something that I told myself I was going to do. I've been trying to lose this weight and get myself back in shape. For me, I've always been able to see my abs, even if it was soft, and I got to a point where I could see maybe an ab, and I wasn't okay with that. We all have our boundaries of it can get to this far, but it can't go any further, and I had hit mine. So with all that being said, here I am, still doing the Monday Mile, and part of it is because it's good for your confidence to be consistent and do what you say you're going to do. And I'm not saying that because it sounds nice, it's so real. I have clients, I've been doing this thing for 10 years. I have clients who will start a program and then quit or go MIA on me. And I see and watch their confidence just erode. And they blame it on the program, they blame it on the coaching, but I know it's their own confidence, because when you sign up for something and you stop showing up, that's because you feel ashamed. You're not proud of what you've done. And it's never, when you do a check-in with me or any of my coaches, we don't yell at you. We'll be real and say, hey, like, we're off track and we need to get back on it. But it's someone else's shame because of what they said they were going to do and didn't do that causes people to give up. So myself, and continue to build my own confidence and reach my goals, I got to keep this thing going. That is why, even though today I didn't want to get out, I forced myself to. I modified and still made it happen, because you got to do that. You got to roll with the punches. Just because you don't want to do something doesn't always mean you just don't do it. Like, done is better than perfect. Now, was I at the park where it's scenic and beautiful and where I like to run? No, but I knew that was too big of a step that I couldn't conquer today. So I ran through the neighborhood. Cool thing about that, today I set a personal best. I don't know. I didn't feel like running, but I set a new best, and that's why I'm partially dying right now. But in doing this, it's not only for the consistency of myself and my goals, but also my body and my mindset. And I want to impart that on you guys too. If you say you're going to do something, you got to do it. After each one of my runs, I always try to leave a description on how it felt, on the body, on the mind, those kind of things. One thing I did mention is that I can feel I'm dehydrated, and it's really showing up right now. My mouth and throat are so dry. This clip's gonna have a bunch of cuts in it. Oh well. So the Monday Mile, it's really important that I keep doing this, because there's also, I told you guys in the Tough Mudder video, I've caught in like the itch of competing and wanting to do stuff. If you're anywhere near the fitness world, you know that high rocks is a huge thing right now. And I'm really dancing the line of potentially doing a high rocks. I already know who potentially my buddy is going to be. I've got a different coach who also kind of got roped into it. So even more of a reason where I got to be running. I need to increase my running to more than a mile, but a mile is doable right now. I can do it every Monday, no matter what, doesn't matter. I can get that thing done. So we're going to keep this thing going, because when you're consistent and you build that confidence, it opens up opportunities where you go, I was able to do this. Maybe I can go do that over there. That's a little bit harder, longer, stronger, requires A, B, and C, because the same way that not completing something kills your confidence, getting things done increases your confidence. It shows you that it may be hard, but you can overcome hard. And when you overcome hard, it shows you can overcome harder. With that being said, I'm going to keep this thing going, and I hope that you guys have something you're chasing as well. Done is better than perfect. You want to get this stuff done. But whether this is a lifting program, whatever the case may be, I do feel like it is super important for you to take care of your health. I saw like an Instagram reel the other day where someone was talking about, would you rather have $5 million in poor health or no money and perfect health? And the answer becomes no money and perfect health, because that's how important it is. I tell clients all the time that, like, you coming in here and working is not just for the calories you burn today, it's for the opportunities of tomorrow. It's doing your future self a favor by staying in shape. Like, I can come out and do whatever I want to with Louisa and Hatcher because I'm in shape. And because he sees me work out, even when he's whining and crying, we're in the garage and it's not a perfect situation, we'll be out in public and this fool will start doing some squats or some sit-ups or different things because he sees mom and dad do it. And he's not going to grow up being like, working out's not important. He'll know nothing but, oh yeah, a few times a week, you got to get out and exercise. Why? Because that's what my father did. Because that's what my family did. And it's important because we were able to live this high quality of life where we could go anywhere and do anything because we were physically capable. Yeah, at the gym, today is Motivational Monday, and I can impart that on you guys and say that I hope you find something that motivates you. It'd be dope if I motivate you because that's kind of my goal here. But ultimately, like, you got to find the things outside of just your job that keep you going. Yeah, fitness is my job, and I'm in a gym most days out of the week. I have access to all the things, but in this season, to make it work, I don't need things. I don't need equipment. I need stuff that I can just do. Like, one of the things I did last week is I went and took a jujitsu class. One of my neighbors invited me out, and I believe that although I'm not a veteran in fitness space, I love being a novice to something. So I went in there. It was the opening of a new gym, and it was cool because I was able to go in and say, I know nothing about this world, and just be a student and learn. And luckily, like, being 200 pounds, having some muscle on me, not really flexible, but I'm strong, I was able to hold my own because we were in the class, we were training like the chokeholds and the guard position and stuff like that. And mind you, this was my first time ever. I have a brother-in-law who does jujitsu. I now have a neighbor who does jujitsu. A couple of clients who've talked about it here and there, but this was my first experience. But because I was already at a certain level of physical fitness, I was able to go in there and hold my own with some of the other newer people who I was paired up against, just because I had strength. I just had muscle strength. I had like planking strength and core strength and some decent conditioning. So it worked out really well, and I really enjoyed myself. Yo, I'm a hot mess today. A hot mess. But just like the running, I got to keep talking to you guys. There's a bunch of other content you guys probably seen between then and now, but we got to keep this thing going. The repetition is important. The reps putting in. There's a saying, being a coach, I've got a quote or a motivational something for everything. And repetition is the king of all learning. So if you want to get better at something, you got to immerse yourself in it and do it all the time. Hence the content, hence the running, hence the motivation, hence all of these different things. Because I want to, work on my mastery. I was having a conversation with my mom where a friend of hers didn't really understand the concept of like working on yourself. They were like, oh, I hear people say it all the time, but I don't know what that means. It means identifying where your deficits are and trying to turn those into strengths. Shoot another quote at you. Race your strengths, train your weaknesses. My strengths, in the gym, coaching, doing those things. So I lead with those. My weaknesses are sometimes accountability to myself. In this season, it was getting my workouts in because I was prioritizing other things. But there should always be something that you're chasing, because if you're not growing, you're dying. Not to be morbid, but that's a real thing. Once you hit a certain age or a certain mindset, if you just kind of sit in what you know, the world is going to keep advancing. Knowledge is going to keep advancing. Time is going to keep passing. So when you stop, you start to now create this gap between you and the learning curve and advancement and all those different things. And I'm not one who wants to be stagnant. I gotta keep it pushing, get things done. But I'm gonna calm down because I'm all over the place. But I wanted to get this out to you guys. I wanted to make sure that y'all know how I feel, why I'm doing this. And probably in a few other clips, I'll be a lot more articulate and clear and not so sporadic. But this is what it is. This is the ugly of it. It's not going to look good. I used to joke and say sometimes you have to get it rolling and then paint it while it's moving. And that's just my own analogy for so many of us get caught up in it's got to be perfect before you put it out. It's I want it to look like this. I want it to be 100% executed. And we get caught in that analysis paralysis, as they call it, and nothing ever gets done. And I'm a huge example of that. If y'all look back in videos, you see like when this YouTube channel was first manifested, it was like 6 years ago. And I'd put out a couple videos here, it'd die off. A couple videos there, it would die off. I'm not doing that this time. I'm trying to be consistent with you guys. But that requires it being ugly sometimes, it not being the best. I'm not a videographer. I'm not a photographer. My expertise is in fitness. It's in running a franchise. It's in taking care of my family. It's growing into being a good dad. So with that being said, thanks for joining me for this much of the video. If you haven't already, shoot a like. Make sure you're subscribed. Share this with somebody else who needs some motivation. And this might be the fitness video. I've been avoiding it, but this is probably going to be the fitness video. So be prepared for more of it, and then I'll catch you in the next one when I'm talking about something else.